Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Dusting Off Legend of the Five Rings. Um, an unboxing of this 2005 Gen Con Indie Fate of the Five Rings Lotus Edition Crane Clan deck. That is a word salad there. So, again, I don't know exactly what's in this. I think there is an actual deck in here, and then some of these other cards that we covered. There's a Crab Sensei. I think there was a lion and a lion and a. Where are they? Oh, they're over here. Yeah, a lion and a dragon sensei, and a voice of the Emperor Wind that I do not know how often Crane would be using that. But so yeah, we are just going to keep on going. Okay, so we have another stronghold here. The Steel Gardens of the Kenshinzen. I'm guessing this is a dueling stronghold. I don't know what Kenshinzen means, but the follower Kenshinzen makes it so they can't refuse your duels, and I believe Kikita Noritoshi gains the Kenshinzen trait. It probably means like freaking badass duelist or something like that. So, reaction. After a duel ends that you won, take a legal limited opener battle action. Okay, so it's a react, so you can't use this while the stronghold's bowed. After a duel ends that you won, take a legal limited opener battle action. That can be kind of cool. So you have like come one at a time in play, and ooh, I hope there's come one at a time in here, although I don't know if that was in Lotus. You can play it, it'll issue a challenge. You can basically get 2 duels out of it immediately, so if they want to start running their guys away, they can't. Battle, once per battle, even if your stronghold is bowed, okay. Target and bow a duelist you control. The target a personality opposing him. Your duelist challenges the personality. He must move home and become dishonored as cost to refuse. So this is actually fairly similar to the Iron Fortress of the Daidoji. Battle once per battle. So it's not once per turn, it's once per battle, so that's kind of nice. The first react is still once per turn, I believe. Yeah. Otherwise, you would just keep doing it. Otherwise, come one at a time would kill their entire army, conceivably. So, your duelist challenges the personality. Huh. I know this changed, but I thought bowed personalities. I thought it wasn't until Samurai Edition that bowed personalities could issue challenges. Unless bowing is a cost of the challenge. Like Doji Reiju Experience 2. I don't know. Yeah, so, again, very, very similar to the Iron Fortress. So I'm guessing maybe there's a third stronghold near. I don't know. I believe when the edition started, each faction, actually, this may have only been in Gold Edition, or started in Gold Edition. Every faction had 2 strongholds, so I guess these would be the 2, Kyuden Otomo and the Steel Gardens of the Kenshinzen. I don't know which one is better. Typically, I like dueling stuff, as long as you can bully duel, but again, I don't think you're allowed to bully duel in this format, so I don't know. Huh. Okay, whatever. Underhand of the Emperor. Oh man, this is freaking Hantai Nasuru. Political open. If it's not your turn, discard the Imperial Favor. Target a personality controlled by the active player. The player decides whether this dishonors him. If it doesn't, the player must declare an attack this turn, and you assign the target instead of his controller in each maneuver segment that attack after his controller assigns during that segment. So basically, either it dishonors them or you can send him where you want to. But I don't believe he joins you. I think it's just like he has to go where you want him to go. So you could put him into a battle where, you could duel him with the Steel Gardens. And I'm not sure how those interact with one another. I think when it says the player decides whether this dishonors him, if he's already dishonored, I don't think they can choose that. Huh. Political reaction. Once per turn, after you bring a personality into play by paying its printed gold cost, target and bow a courtier you control, gain 1 art. See, some of these, I want to say I saw this way later after I stopped playing. Some of these honor gain things like this, once per turn after you bring a personality into play by playing its printed gold cost. Okay, I guess it's called proclaiming now. Target and bow a courtier to gain 1 honor. Ah, God. Susung Sensei, Unicorn Clan Sensei. Personalities you control who are neither Shugenja nor Barangar cost 1 more gold. They did that. I really did not like that they did that in Unicorn. How they decided to So I don't know if they really did this too much. Unicorn didn't really have like, for Lion there were scouts, tacticians, death seekers, Scout, Tactician, Death Seeker. Pretty much that's all they had, right? Crane had courtiers, duelists, magistrates to some extent. But Unicorn, I don't really remember too many of that. They pretty much just had, it was just we're either Unicorn, and you may or may not have been a Battle Maiden. And so they basically, I believe, during this set, they tried to have three separate little sub things for Unicorn: Berengar, Jungar, and Cole. Which I can't even remember what the difference is. I know that I think her name is Yuchi Lixway. She was like the commander of the Berengar. And the Cole, I believe, the people guarding their wall. I don't know. It felt so like, why did you need to include this? Maybe they did. I don't know. So this is, I think this actually has been another one of those cards that had different wording, like completely different wording at one point. Target and bow a spell you control, target a Shigendra, straighten him, okay? Once per battle, target and bow a spell you control, it produces fear equal to its gold cost. This fear affects personalities if there are followers. That's kind of cool. Left Hand of the Emperor. Political battle, discard the Imperial Favor, target an attacking unit at the current battlefield, opposing it unit you control, move the target home. So this is defensive. This is defensive favor sent home. Okay, this is probably the one I would play in most of my Crane decks. Once per turn, target and bow a courtier you control. Target a dishonored personality, restore him to honor. Okay. Ooh, Psyblade. This card is freaking awesome. So it gives you +2 force, +1 cheat. It costs 4. Reaction after this personality assigns. Bow this card, draw a card. This is basically Gohai's Daisho, but it's better because it's cheaper, it's not unique, and I think it focuses for more too. So these cards are great. These were in Samurai, and these cards are so good. Because you don't even have to assign the person to a battle where something's gonna happen. Like if you're being attacked, you can have the attacker goes, it's some crab asshole. He's like, I assigned 2 guys to your first province, and you go, okay, I assigned this guy to a different one, and I'll bow it to draw a card to help me get ready. So that's awesome. Kabuki Theater Troupe. Oh, this card used to suck really badly. So you bow this card to produce 2 gold, and you bow this card, gain 1 honor. This, if I remember correctly, this in the very beginning, this used to cost 4, and that's awful. You could argue Sanctified Temple costs 4 and also only bows for 2, but you could bow for 2 honor. That's twice as much. So yeah. Actually, I believe also, I think I had a very random revelation when I first saw the new gold cost to this. I think this card completely makes Hawks and Falcons obsolete. Not that you should be playing Hawks and Falcons, I don't think, but good lord. So, because this does what Hawks and Falcons does, but it also gives you can bow for gold instead. So, oh yeah, I guess you could potentially run both of them. I don't think I would run Hawks and Falcons, so whatever. Peasant Vengeance, another pretty awesome card. This came out, I believe, sometime during Diamond. Target and bow a follower you control. Targeted personality opposing him with no followers or items. Destroy him. I don't remember this. I don't remember the items protecting you. Maybe it always did. It's been forever. So yeah, you can bow your little Ashigaru. In fact, that's what's happening on this card. It's some Ashigaru stabbing a freaking samurai, ganging up on him. Those who appear strong only rule because those who appear weak allow it. Yeah. Another Marketplace. Imperial Edict, a very old card. I think, again, this card came out before Gold Edition. Political Open, if this is the action phase, discard the Imperial Favor, give each of your provinces +4 strength. I don't think this card would be all that great if that's all it did, but it has this other ability, Political Reaction. Before a Kiho or an action on a spell or Shigenja resolves, discard the Imperial Favor and negate the action's effects. This is basically giving you, like, as it says, it's giving you other things to do with the favor, but it also focuses for 4, and that second ability, before a Kiho or action on a spell or Shigenja resolves, negate it by tossing the favor. That stops a lot of stuff, especially if there's some, like, asshole dragon, because I think all the dragons are Shigenja. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Kakita Osai. I don't remember if we covered her last time. Yeah, it's actually been a while since I recorded that last episode. Also, when I was editing the last episode, I'm reading flavor text that I don't think shows up. I don't think a lot of these cards show up on the Oracle of the Void search engine. So, but yeah, yeah. I don't think too many people care about that. She did get errated, and yeah, her errata sucks. I don't think she's good anymore. I don't know. She's a courtier. She's a Harrier liaison. She also, I really like her artwork. I really like, because basically, the Harrier liaison, basically the Harriers, because they had to operate in secret, you couldn't just, like, send someone to go talk to them because they could not be discovered. And so you had a couple of people here who were, like, in the contacts, the liaison. This is like the if it wouldn't be the clan champion. It wouldn't be, Domitai because she disowned them or disavowed them. She was not a fan of them. But if you were aware of them and you knew who to contact, like you knew to contact her, and I like how it's almost like she's waiting in the shadows. Yeah. Oh, she was so great. Again, I think she sucks now. But reaction after Osai enters play from a province. Search your dynasty deck for a holding. Put it into play bowed, paying all costs. The problem is this used to have this little extra text at the end of this. Before it says paying all costs, it said put into play bowed, paying 2 less gold, and paying all remaining costs. I believe that's how it was worded. Because it could grab Marketplace, and it could grab, why can't you remember the name of the holding? Maybe, the one that you keep putting counters on it. What was it called? Oh, gosh. I can't remember. I can't believe I forgot the name of that card, because that card's in freaking tons of my decks. So, yeah, the fact that you have to pay for it full now, it used to be so brilliant with her. She has other ability, too. Limited target a holding that produced gold to pay for a follower, spell, or item this turn, straighten the holding. So, basically, you could buy her on turn 2. She would come into play, and she would bring a holding with her. So, normally you don't, at least back when I was playing, you generally speaking, your first 2 turns you wanted to be buying gold most of the time. If you were a military player, maybe you bought a person on turn 2, like I want to say during Diamond, I think it was. I think Crab are pretty okay grabbing. I think his name is Hida Tanaji, because he's fully capable of busting provinces by himself without any extra support. And so if they didn't buy a person, he might give you an early province advantage. Most of the time you don't, like if you're a Crane person, most of the time you don't want to buy one of these on turn 2. You want to buy 2 holdings. She kind of gets around that, because you could, if you bought a Marketplace turn 1, you could play her on turn 2 at full to gain 2, and she would drag another holding with her. So then you could start potentially doing things with one of those holdings using her second ability on the next turn. So yeah, I don't know about this. Fair, maybe. Impromptu duel. Target a samurai personality you control. Target a personality controlled by another player. Your samurai challenges the other personality. If he refuses, dishonor him and gain 4. The winner gains 2. It is nice that practically no matter, unless they accept the challenge and beat you, you're always gaining honor off of this. And yeah, gaining 4 honor for them refusing that's not a small amount of honor gain there, so that's pretty nice. Since her return to the Crane Lands, Korihime seems sadder, more distant. Kikita Korihime, I can't remember what she was doing. I know she's the soul of Kikita Toshimoto, and she was like a big deal in Diamond Edition. So another Doji Takeji. Amani Sensei. Actually, I have one of the. I don't know one of those over here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, look at. Let me see if I can get that. Look at how bendy that is. Again, it doesn't seem like it, but let me see if I can fix it. Where's the camera? The camera's right there. Like, that's so bendy. And so one of the things I was trying to do to fix that was taking 2 of these and putting them in a sleeve, and hopefully the bending cancels each other out. It does not seem to be. This might be a better example, okay? These 2 cards on one side are flush together, and they're so bendy that they're not even close to touching on the other side. Can you even see that? Yeah, I think you can. Ugh. So yeah, Mani Sensei, this is the Goblin Sensei. So I do already have a copy of this. I guess that's where this came from. I don't know where I got that, but... Shadowlands Sensei, non-goblin personalities you own cost 2 more gold. Reaction after a goblin enters play from one of your provinces. Fill the province face up. That's pretty good. Use this ability only twice per turn and no more than only once per province. I'm pretty sure I still have somewhere a goblin deck, and so I think that's why I have this Sensei. And maybe I bought this as a single, or I don't know. Maybe I just got this in a random lot, and I'm like, yeah, we're doing a goblin deck. It's gonna be fun. Black Hearts of the Empire. This is the evil wind. Oh man, I was asking on the collectors group if anybody had a picture. If you're watching, I highly doubt this is gonna happen. If you're watching and you have a picture of Backhand of the Emperor when Hida Kisada is bitch slapping, what's her name? Matsu. What is her name? She's the soul of Matsu Gohai. That was some funny. Whoever made that image was freaking hilarious. I tried searching for it and I couldn't find it. And yeah, backhand, the Emperor's backhand or whatever. Oh dear. Sorry. Black Heart of the Emperor. Lobbying is not political for you. Important because Shadowlands people cannot take political actions. You lobby by bowing a Shadowlands personality regardless of personal honor. For the purpose of any player lobbying, your family honor is considered to be the total printed force of all personalities you control if that total is higher than each other players. Battle, discard the favor, target a unit, reduce the force of each card into 0, permanently give its personality to the Shadowland trait. The funny thing about this is, I don't think I don't think there's a reason not to ever play this if you're playing Shadowlands. Like, I cannot imagine. I think if I didn't play this, it's just because I never thought of playing it. But actually, the most use I got out of this was actually in Corrupt Crab, because some of those tainted berserkers, your force gets really high really fast, and so you don't want the opponent having any kind of resources, so yeah. Daidoji Gunso, I do like this card. It's a Harrier, it's got 1 force. Once per turn, target an opposing card, give it -2 force. If the card has 0 force, destroy. It's 0 force after getting the penalty. The thing about that's kind of cool is you can destroy spells with this. You can destroy their items that aren't giving you, they don't have force bonuses to them that this destroys. This just destroys a lot of stuff. It's also interesting that if it's somebody who has cards attached to them, like, I think I mentioned him maybe in the last video. I know at some point for one of these L5R videos I did mention, actually I think it was last video for this, the Taskmaster. Gosh, I saw his name when I was editing the video. The guy who gives all his followers +1 force. I mentioned him with Masagaro Sensei. His force is 0, and so it doesn't matter if he has a bunch of followers that he's buffing. The Daidoji Gunso goes straight through them, so pretty awesome card. Our honor for yours, my lord. Rich Coffers. So this was another interesting card. This used to cost 3 gold, and that was depressing. Now it only costs 2, so that's awesome. This card straightens during each player's straighten phase, and you just battle for 2. It's very simple. Really, this was really good because there were 2 cards that worked almost the same. It was... Oh, gosh. I should have come... Actually, I had no idea this was in here. It's Tireless Assault, and what was the other one? Basically, there were 2 gold cost actions that could move your people back into battle. And so this, being able to bow this for gold on your turn, and then being able to use it to get your guys back into battle if they, I don't know, like it's the freaking, that asshole, is it Daidoji Kumi? I think it's Daidoji Kumi, where she can shoot a number of range 4 strikes equal number of provinces you lost, and then she can run away after that. You could use this to play, again, Tireless Assault, to put her back into battle and do it again, because even just 2 range 4s, that you could kill a lot with that, so that's awesome. So awesome card. Yes! Come one at a time. This terrain is so freaking awesome. It's an immediate terrain. I think the terrains actually have new wording now that, like, I can't remember what the exact changes. I also want to say now, you can, again, I don't want to, maybe I shouldn't speculate. I think now when you play terrains, you can play them when there's one that's already there, and I think the new one just destroys the old one. I don't know. While there is exactly 1 defending personality at this battlefield, each player may take the action, battle, target an attacking unit you control, move it home bound. That's one thing. So basically, as long as there's 1 defending guy, the army attacking them as a battle action, they can start sending their guys home. And the reason they want to do that is, and the defending personality may perform battle, target an opposing personality, issue him an unrefusable challenge. This second action may be taken immediately if legal, and these actions may be used any number of times per turn. You do not know how many times this card, I have killed like 5 guys with this card. Like, someone will be attacking me, and I'm like, I assign 1 defender who could potentially survive what they're going to try to do to him. I throw this card down, and it's like bodies just start piling up with this. It's so awesome. Really, one of the sad things about this card was when Gold Edition happened, this card should have been brilliant. And Gold Edition, I think AG made an awful decision to allow Ancient Halls of the Lion into Gold Edition. In my opinion, it completely deformed it, because I think they wanted cards like Come One at a Time, and there was a card called Entrapping Terrain. I know I'm positive it's not in here because I don't think it got reprinted past Gold Edition. And these terrains were extremely important to Crane's ability to defend itself, because again, Come One at a Time, this is a freaking game changer right here when you drop this, because again, it saves the province usually, and they lose, usually they lose several important guys, because you're duelist, you'll have like a Doji Kurohito with the Celestial Sword of the Crane on, and he'll just chainsaw through anything, and they just have to keep running their guys away unless they can find a way to kill him. And he's extremely resistant to range strikes because he's got the Ancestral Sword on, or the Celestial Sword, whichever one. But the Ancient Halls of the Lion, because Lion was, at least I remember Lion being very prominent in Gold Edition, and the fact that that stupid Lion Stronghold, it doesn't just destroy this, because if it just destroyed this, at least I got one challenge out of it. At least it kind of killed something. But the fact that the Lion Stronghold negated the terrains while keeping them there, and the fact that the terrain only focuses for one, it was awful. I don't know. So this card's awesome. That's freaking cool. Again, I would say I like it because foil, but again, I can't play with this. It's too bendy. Again, maybe is there a thing I could put that? No, not really. This card is functionally marked. Unless I played this deck, I can't put this into a deck unless I find a way to straighten it out. So that's depressing. Daidoji Minoru, Crane Clan Courtier, Harrier Liaison, Political Battle, targeting about when you control. Target a unit and a battlefield it is not at. If it would be opposed, move it to the battlefield and straighten them. Interestingly enough, you can use this for your guys, but you can also use it for their guys too. So you can use this to harpoon one of their people. Say again, they're having a huge army attacking. You're like, I can't possibly fight all that now, but I am going to scalpel out something important. I'm going to put all my guys over to a different province, and then I'm going to use this guy to send that guy over there. And yeah. And the interesting thing is the attacker chooses in which order the battles resolve. So even if he resolves his battle first, you know, at least, actually, I'm not sure under the current rules if this would work. Because I think they added a thing that said you can't be in battle resolution twice or something. I don't know. Back when this guy was printed, this seems pretty clever. I don't think I have any of this guy. Interesting. Another Imperial Edicts. Doji Ran. I do remember her being pretty interesting too. Crane Clan Samurai, Harrier Liaison. I don't remember her being a samurai, but okay. This is what I remember. Your actions satisfied the rule of presence if Ran was at the current battlefield at any time in this attack. Now, I don't know if this still happens if she dies, because I can't remember how L5R rules worked, but this would, if she were at the battlefield and then got sent home or went somewhere, her text would still work, but I don't know if her text works if she's dead, because she's no longer in play. So, and typically speaking, if you're dead, you don't affect things in play. But once per battle, target a card in the enemy leader's home, move Ran to the current battlefield, straighten her, give the target -3 force. I just remember that ability to keep being able to play actions as long as she had been there at some point. I just remember that being pretty cool. So another impromptu duel. Doji Sayori. I think I covered her before. I don't think it was in the last. I think I covered her in that unboxing episode. Unless I already passed a copy. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I should have maybe watched the other episode to prep myself for this. It's kind of hard because I don't like listening to the sound of my own voice. It's really aggravating. It's not as bad as it used to be, but still. No, so I guess I didn't cover her yet. Crane Clan Samurai, Courtier, Duelist, Bao Sayori, target an unbowed duelist personality you control on a personality controlled by another player. They must oppose each other if it is an attack phase. That sucks. Your personality issues the other an unrefusable challenge. Bow the loser. She has fallen so far from where she was back in Diamond Edition. She can no longer use this on herself. It doesn't lock them down. And I don't even think that text about they have to oppose each other if it's an attack phase, I don't think that was there either. It may have been. But she still has really good stats, and she's still probably good because you can use her before an attack phase happens to lock something down. So also her chi itself is not very good, so you can use her to have one of your other duelists do it. You can have you have Kurohito do it, so that's pretty cool. Tasu Sensei, Scorpion Clan Sensei, non-courtier personalities you own cost 1 more gold. I want to say, is it by Shosuro Tasu or Bayushi Tasu? I can't remember which one. I don't remember too much about the Scorpion, except for Bayushi Shouju. Reaction before another player loses honor, negate the loss. Gain honor equal to the amount negated. What the hell? After a Shadowlands personality is destroyed by an action you took, by a duel with a personality you control, or by battle resolution while opposing a personality you control, gain 2 honor. What is going on with this? This is like Scorpion trying to honor run. I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, and you can only use that reaction once, though, I think. Yeah. Whatever. A Champion's Heart. Permanently gain the ability Political Reaction after another player pays a cost of discarding the Imperial Favor. Target and bow a personality you control with more than 0 personal honor. Gain the Imperial Favor. So basically it's letting you snag it after they use it. But it's Crane. How often are other people out honoring you to take the favor in the first place, huh? I guess this could help somewhat counter that Dark Heart of the Empire, or Black Heart of the Empire. Oh, well. 25 minutes. We'll do a couple more. I highly doubt we're going to cover the rest of that unless I get a lot of duplicates here. Daidoji Gunso, Rich Coffers, Reinforce the Gates. I remember this card being awesome too. Battle reaction. After another player announces an opener battle action during a battle before the defender's first normal opportunity to act or pass, negate the action's effects. This is basically just anti-naval / anti-sneak attack. There's probably a couple other things, but yeah, if you've ever been sneak attack, forget what was I doing? There's sneak attack, deadly ground. Everyone knows that. Doesn't work on that stupid Lion Stronghold, but whatever. Oh, I think it's sneak attack, crushing attack. I think I've done that. What else did I do? I can't remember. This is a pretty cool card. Also, a battle, even if you control no units at the current battlefield, target an unopposed unit at the current battlefield, and a battlefield where it would be opposed, move the unit there. So this is just a way to, it's also somewhat anti-cavalry. So I just remember I played this card quite a bit. So we're going to stop with this because I remember this. And I remember that is some fugly artwork. Craig Maher. Cranes are not supposed to look like that, okay? Doji Katsura. Crane Clan Samurai, Courtier. After Katsura enters play from a province, gain honor equal to the number of wins you control. This wouldn't work super well, I don't think, with this one, because I think you still only have... Yeah, you still, I think, only have one win, unless somebody else in here brings you more wins. I don't know. I don't know if we covered someone like that. This Kurohito doesn't do that. The Doji Kurohito in... I was actually doing this. That's how I know who she is. The Doji Kurohito in Diamond Edition brought every wind you didn't control except for Black Heart of the Empire, and so that combined with Katsaru, even if you didn't buy them and gain honor from that would be 4 honor you'd be gaining. And yeah, that's a lot of honor off of that. And so if say you brought 2 of them to play in one turn, that's a big chunk of the way towards winning the game. So. It's 27 minutes. I could probably cover another one. Cunning of Daidoji. Yes, this card's cool too. Battle, target a defending personality you control and a personality opposing him. Give the opposing personality -2 force. If you are a Crane Clan player and the opposing personality has 0 force, destroy him and gain 2 honor. This comboed really well with that Daidoji Gunso. There was also the stronghold that this got printed in. I believe it was called Shirogiji. That was actually one of my favorite Crane Strongholds, just from there's a lot of cool stuff. It's simple, it's thematic. It punishes them for not attacking you, which is pretty great, and yeah. So, Shirogiji, I want to say it's once per battle. You can bow one of your personalities to target a personality opposing him, lower their force by your personality's chi, and a lot of these Cranes have, 3, 4 chi. Back then, I think that they got even higher. So it's not really hard to kill things with Cunning of Daidoji, especially if you combine it, again, with something like... the Daidoji Gunso, and then you gain 2 honor. It kills them and you gain 2 honor. Like, what's not to love about that card? It's a great card. I want to say, again, I think I mentioned this. I also played that with the Fortune Smile, and I believe, there was a unicorn card. Shinjo's, I think it's called Shinjo's Courage. Basically, one of my decks had a whole bunch of effects like that, because they also did other things, and just randomly, like, I want to say when I was playing, the last time I was playing, it was, oh shit, this one was probably about a year ago. I was playing with one of my friends, and he was playing Unicorn, and he got Shinjo into play fairly early. I want to say he got her into play on, like, turn... Not that we play competitively, but so this may not be fast for the competitive people, but I want to say he got her into play on, like, turn 3. And because she's normally, like, kind of annoying for Crane to deal with because she's big, she's cavalry, she's got 8 chi, and I believe she has double chi too. I don't know why she's not a tactician instead, but whatever. And so he attacked with her. He attacked with I want to say it was some magistrate guy. Basically, he attacked with several dudes, and I was like, okay, and like I think he thought I was gonna have trouble dealing with her, and I killed the shit out of her. Okay, I think I went Fortune Smile. Was it Fortune Smile? I think it was Fortune Smile. It was Fortune Smile and my Stronghold and Cunning of Daidoji, and she was dead, and he was just like, okay, because I did it with some stupid some stupid random little courtier guy. It was funny, so oh, that's awesome. Cunning of Daidoji. Yeah, it's good. I want to say the original one had flavor text too, but whatever. So yeah, we are right about on the 30-minute mark. So next time, I mean, this is what we have all covered so far, and this is what we have left. So this is 2 episodes. I should be able to finish this in a 3rd episode. So until then, thanks for checking this out, guys. God bless you, and I'll catch you in the next video.